Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DarkPhoenix Gaming, and you are watching Kaiserreich, Legacy of the Weltkrieg, as Germany. So, let's just hop right in, and I can give you my preamble nonsense once we're actually on the map, I guess.
Here's two-legged game for your powder and ball, and cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer, and cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer.
Fighting a land war in Asia, are we? I do love some of Kaiserreich's little quotes on the loading screens. They are hilarious. Though the Paradox games in general do a very good job of that. I will remind you, or tell you if you're not already aware, Europa Universalis 3 literally had a loading screen quote about invading Russia in winter. I am not making this up. Anyways, for the stuff that was happening last time, as you'd probably like a bit of a summary. I don't imagine everyone was watching this in the last episode. Or last stream, rather. I haven't actually gotten around to uploading any of the videos to YouTube yet. Thanks to real life crap. Anyways, first of all, we started massing our troops along the Russian-Ukrainian border for the inevitable war with the filthy socialists that are the Russian government, and bolstering our divisions in other armies. Also, the Socialist Republic of Italy declared war on the two Sicilies. They have since occupied Rome. But then, the Italian Federation declared war on the Socialist Republic of Italy, so swings and roundabouts in Italy right now. Also, though, Gypsy Crusader, hello, and I do hope to be able to do that. It would be very nice to not end this campaign, after all, with Germany being Eastern France or Western Russia. Because my last campaign after this one, which I did as a YouTube series, which admittedly I still haven't finished uploading, was as the Netherlands, when I basically turned it into an authoritarian police state and got taken over by the French. And no, I haven't had the war with the French yet. It's only January of 1939. And I decided not to go with the option that would let me use the assassination of a diplomat in Vienna to declare war. All of my wars right now are proxy ones. I'm fighting in the Spanish Civil War, which admittedly I am now losing, and the American Civil War, which I'm doing slightly better at.
Befehle? Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Than I was prior. Although I suspect part of that is the fact that it's both the Pacific States and the Union State fighting the CSA. Thank you for the follow. And as a result of that, the Union State is getting pretty close to Chicago. Unfortunately, I cannot see the war participation stuff of two nations if I'm volunteering for one, which is a little unfortunate. At least I don't think I can. It's probably somewhere in the messages and crap, but I'm not bothered. And we have a few more free military factories. Started pumping out some more of them last time. So let's see here. I'm going to doing a little bit more motorized and some more fighters again. Keep that air superiority coming in. We can recruit an operative. So we've got the one chilling in France. Our other operative here, he can build a network in London. I'm not doing much with the spy network, to be honest. Just seeing what they're up to, basically. That's the long and short of it. So let's unpause and see what goes wrong today. Sweden petitions to join the Reichspakt. Well, that's something going right, so good for us. With heavy concerns, Sweden had been watching as their Norwegian neighbors collapsed to syndicalism and started openly affiliating with the regimes in Paris and London. While the Swedish government values Sweden's tradition of neutrality, this was too great a threat to ignore. Now they petition to stand with us as a combined vanguard against the Red Menace, and with their steel reserves at our disposal. Welcome to the fight, Swedish brethren. So, as a result of that, we now have both Sweden and Finland in the Reichspakt. Very nice, very nice. Especially since we have the filthy Norwegian socialists to deal with, in addition to the filthy Russian socialists. Metropolitania has joined the Kaiserreich Pact and declared war on the Ottoman Empire. Metropolitania, that northern bit up there of what was the Ottoman half of Libya that they controlled, as opposed to the Emirate of Cyrenaica. Play Poland and fast rush Germany? I'm sorry, what? I've never played as Poland, like, ever, so I wouldn't know where to even begin, and besides, I already have this game ongoing as Germany, so not really inclined to start a new one just cuz. Not until I finish this one at any rate, and even then, it's probably going to be a while before I do another one. Now, divisions here are... Hold that thought. The Great Syrian Revolt. Yes. Buckled under Turkish rule, the Arab peoples of Greater Syria have finally decided to throw off the yoke and have joined their Arab brethren in Cairo, fighting for the liberation of the Mashriq and the creation of a new Arab Middle East. Syrians from all religions and ethnic groups are uniting to rid themselves of Turkish rule. Ambitions of individual leaders and disagreements between the various partners of the Kaiserreich Pact, however, may lead to issues should the common threat be dealt with, as the ideas of Greater Syrian independence aren't compatible with Farouk's designs of an Arab state ruled from Cairo. As a blow to the Sublime Porte, or Porte, I don't know. But yes, the Ottomans are not in the best of places right now, as you can clearly tell. They have lots of enemies. and they've just lost their last toehold in Libya. But I wonder how Cyrenaica is going to react to the existence of Tripolitania should this go over, given that they probably claim that territory as theirs. I expect war to happen there also. Managed to halt the Syndicalist attack on Madrid. As I said, things are not going spectacular for us in Spain right now. It's turned around a bit from how it was last time, when Spain was where we were having all the success. The Americas were where we weren't. Our organization has recovered enough that I can afford to reinforce the Union's defense there. Our finest hour. British politician and former Lord of the Admiralty, Winston Churchill, has published a new book, part of an emerging genre known as alternate history and concerning the Great War. The story takes the perspective of a young British soldier returning from a victorious Gallipoli campaign amid a world radically different from our own. In this timeline, Theodore Roosevelt and his Bull Moose Party win the 1912 American presidential elections, leading to an American entry into the Welt Creek and an Entente victory. A defeated and partially occupied Germany is gripped by constant economic and political crises, witnesses the defeat of the Whites in the Russian Civil War, and is cooed by a bitter and extremely nationalist Adam Dressler. He leads the German Workers' Party, follow the ideology of People's Socialism, an extreme version of national populism. The novel ends with the beginning of a three-sided war between Dressler's New Reich, the Western Entente, led by the dominant British Empire, and a Soviet Russia, led by Sergei Kirov. The book has divided critics, with some praising its attention to detail, while others criticize it for its large flaws in historical logic. Churchill has commented that something like this could have happened in another universe. What a childish fantasy, really. But I do find it kind of entertaining how Kaiserreich, and I kind of appreciate the little details they go into with Kaiserreich, to the point where we literally have an alternate history, a quasi-reference to the real-life timeline, with some liberties, of course. But I find that kind of entertaining, to be honest. It's a nice little touch, and one of the reasons I quite like Kaiserreich. Concentrated Industry 3 is done, so advanced machine tools now. And we're currently working on fortifying our border against the French. We no longer get the sending aid to Ukraine thing. I sent them some help. with industrialization, basically. And it didn't take long for that to happen, but the Ottoman cause is already falling apart. A bit. Though it's safe to say the Ottoman Empire will continue to exist after this war is over. I don't tend to see them get partitioned and divided or anything. And the French Republic has annexed Chad. There's that rebellious state over there-ish, I think. South Africa is still fighting their Boer War. Yes, they had another one of them, actually, if you can believe it. You guys can head over east. Reinforce the Baltics, because we don't have that many divisions on either side right now, to be honest. You. Amphibious tank chassis. Get another basic light one, I think. No. Could have waited on that, honestly. Guns. Upgrading. And how goes it over in the Americas now? This battle that I'm fighting to hold the province here is still going on. And the fact that we're getting so close to their capital is undoubtedly inducing some level of panic into the CSA. Without a doubt, they're a little bit nervous. The progress we appear to be making. Natal has apparently won the Civil War. Meaning the Boers have lost yet another Boer War. Better luck next time, guys. Maybe the 5th Boer War will have a more positive outcome for you than the 4th? You figure? Probably not. Can base yourself out of our colony there. I didn't even notice that we had a fleet doing that. And we have finished the 1934 naval program. In January 1939, it only took us 5 years. Let's see here. More light tank production, if you please. these guys are now being supplied. So they can go off and do some training, actually. I should have been training a bit more. And Iran has declared war on the Ottoman Empire. Oh joy. So, how's your three-front war looking, Ottomans? Doesn't look that great to me. The Ottomans basically demanded a bunch of land, and the Turks said no. That's the long and short of why this happened, if you're curious. Armenia has now risen up against the Ottoman Empire. Armenia actually used to start existing in the game just as a puppet of the Ottomans, which, them being removed as a puppet was a slight debuff to Russia, actually, because one of the things Russia could do before was to just subjugate Armenia and integrate it to get a bit more manpower and industry and stuff. They can't do that anymore. Not until this happens. And I mean, Armenia usually doesn't survive very long, but given the situation down there, we will see if Armenia maybe manages to hang on. It's not entirely unfeasible. The idea of Armenia hanging on long enough to make it through and get full independence. Given how much of a mess the Ottomans are in, honestly. Over the Moose, or Mess, I don't actually know how you say that, and far away. Our border forts in Belgium and along the French border as a whole are now done. So, if world tension gets a little higher, I can fortify the Rhineland as well. But for now, that'll have to wait. We'll get an independent Luftwaffe, though, as our mission thing. Since the Weltkrieg, the Red Baron, Manfred Freiherr von Richthofen, has argued for the establishment of an independent air force, the Luftwaffe, as he likes to call it. Till very recently, the conservative elements in the traditionally more prestigious ground forces have been able to prohibit this, but with war looming once again, be time to consider the Baron's idea. 50% reduction to air doctrines will come out of that. Which we should probably start having some air doctrines on the books before we start the war, honestly. More tank production, thank you. And now... I can't go up to war economy just yet because we are not at war. Which is fair enough. Fall of Burgos. Carlos' temporary capital in Spain. De Wakiri, thank you for the follow. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing that. But yes, the fall of Burgos. Carlos just lost their capital to the syndicalists in the Spanish Civil War. This is not good. No, I'm not British, I'm American. You're the first person who's ever asked me that, though, so congratulations on that, I guess. Yes, the Carlists have just lost their provisional capital to the CNTFAI, or Spanish Socialists,
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
as I tend to call them. Azerbaijan has now declared war on Iran. Wow, this Azerbaijan. Oh my. Well, this is funny to me because, and I am not making this up, I've actually seen it happen where Azerbaijan managed to conquer the whole of Iran out of this war. Seriously. I don't know how this happens, but it has before. That sort of thing is just pure insanity, though. Kind of shit you can only see in Kaiserreich. I mean, the only thing more insane than that would be Liberia unifying all of Africa. Which I don't think would ever happen, but, you know, don't knock it. Even if Liberia does continue to pretend they're important, when they are not. But it is what it is, right? Azerbaijan declares war on Iran, and Liberia thinks they matter. Yes, you do. Okay, you guys stay there and repel that attack. Still got a ways to go, and oh, we can hit up Chicago, unfortunately. Two divisions can help out in the assault from Springfield. Or not, because that assault is stalling.
Ausrücken!
How about you move over there? See about mounting an attack. Yeah. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Bereit zum Ausrücken!
You guys can attack there. I want to at least try and keep the Spanish cause alive, even if it's less alive than it was a few streams ago. Now, how are things doing over here? Well, the Ottomans are not as dead as I thought they'd be at this point. Swiss tribe beginning in 387 AD. Huh.